Warning before you start this video. Sofas was too lazy to blurt out her swearing. So, there is swearing. Small trigger for triphobia and sharp objects like scissors and X knives will be shown. The video begins in 3, 2, 1.
Hello everybody. So as per request, I am gonna be customizing these cases and giving a little bit of a tutorial just because I'm bored and yeah, you guys asked me to. This is the case that I had on my phone before. I've customized a few cases in my life, but none of them really turned out too good. I'll show them right now. Honestly, both of these looked like shit. I absolutely hated them. Anyways, getting to the point, the first sensible thing you want to do is find the images you want to use from Pinterest. That's where I recommend getting it from. And then just print them out and you're good. Now, if you want these pieces of shit to stick to your phone case, which is a flat surface, you need to scrape it, give it a rough surface to stick on, especially the glue, so everything holds together. And it takes forever, but it's worth it in the end if you want your stuff to actually stick. Ignoring all the microplastics infesting my hands right now, it should look like this at the end. And I do gotta say, this case is pretty good quality because after all the scraping, it is not bending, it is not breaking, unlike the last one. This is the part I absolutely fucking despise. After printing everything out in different sizes, you have to cut each image out. Unless you have something to already do this for you, this is probably the part that's going to take you the longest out of everything. Once you've done that, it is time to plan where you want each image to go on the case. This is going to take some trial and error. As you can see, I'm switching through the images. I don't know what the hell I want to put on here. I'm indecisive, but it's worth it in the end. As you can see, this shit was not working out, so we need to switch this up. We need to think of a different idea. Now, because I'm an absolute genius, I had the wonderful idea to use this manga panel as like a background to fill everything in before I slapped images on top, just so it looked like more full and cooler, because yeah. When you are doing this, please do not be hard on yourself. It took me forever to get this thing aligned right and cut it out perfectly so it fit around everything. Just take your time, be slow, and don't mess anything up so you don't need to reprint or you get marker everywhere. Obviously, like in one of the shorts I posted, when I'm cutting this out, I put it everywhere except in the camera, so you're just going to have to trust my process on the fact that I am cutting this correctly. Testing is very important when it comes to this. Putting it on top and taking it off the case and making adjustments as needed is a very necessary process a lot of people do not follow. I thought it was just common sense to do that. But anyways, as you can see, it took me like 800 tries to get this right because everything is just, yeah. After 8,000 hours of tracing, you can see my amazing self managed to get this to fit on the case perfectly. Yay, everybody celebrate. An issue I did run into was covering the space at the top, so I had to sacrifice Gyu by cutting off his head and just leaving his body there, which, you guessed it, also took me like 800 tries to trace out perfectly, but it's okay. After almost 20 minutes of cutting Gyu, we can finally move on to sticking these images onto the case. Yay, finally. If you're doing this and you have Mod Podge, please use the fucking Mod Podge. I don't know why some people are absolutely allergic to using this stuff. Like, it works wonders. It's so easy. Why are you zooming out? Put glue on the spot, or Mod Podge on the spot you're gonna put your image. Just trust me, okay? We're putting you first because he goes underneath the Mitsugiyuu manga panel. After you put the image down, use more Mod Podge to like seal it nice and tight against the surface. Now, because I'm going with the Mitsugiyuu manga panel, I'm just gonna put glue all over the case so it sticks on nice and evenly and I don't need to worry about it missing any spots or having any air bubbles underneath. Slap that shit on and you're good to go with the next step. Everybody clap, everybody hooray, everybody cheer. Yes, hooray! Once you've done a nice giant top coat of Mod Podge over your base images, you can continue with putting on the images that you want to put on top. Once you Mod Podge your base images, you could start putting the other images you want to put on top of the other images. I used Gyu's head from the image I cut his head off of to just fill in some space. Get your fucking hair out of. Continue pasting the rest of your images until you're happy with how it goes. Please make sure to do this in layers. If you do not do it in layers, it's just going to look like one sloppy toppy mess. Here's 30 minutes of pasting shortened down into 6 minutes. Not 6. I meant 6 seconds. I'm so sorry. Okay, while the phone case is drying, we're gonna work on the iPad case. I'm only gonna do a few images for this one because I want the color of my iPad to show through it. But if I want to add more images later on, I can, like in the future. It's honestly just the same process as the phone case. Just cut and adjust, trace, cut, adjust, yeah. Now that you've got your shit set up, it's time to Mod Podge again. I love Mod Podging. It is my favorite. What am I doing? Oh, again, because I'm incapable of putting things in the camera, this is me putting Mod Podge on the back of the images for this one, so they stick onto the case first before I slap a bunch of Mod Podge on top of everything to seal it in. Put all your images down and you are officially ready to seal everything in. Congratulations. I don't know if you can see, but as you can tell, the Mod Podge I was glazing not even 2 minutes earlier decided they were homophobic towards each other, I guess, and started separating into little holes. And as the bright person I am, I could have waited for this to dry and then filled in the holes. But Sopha's decided, no, let me just put more Mod Podge on top of everything, which didn't fucking work. Once you've got everything sealed in, you can just watch and wait for this to dry. Oh, look at it. They're done. It's like watching my child grow up to be a healthy adult despite my influence. Here's a close-up of the cases. I'm gonna shut up so you can watch and play elevator music. Oh, it's already here.